Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to today's video, which is going to be the review for Dungeons and Dragons issue 74. We get, I think, yeah, it looks like two encounter maps with this issue, so come and join me on the deck and we'll have a quick look. Hey lovelies. Right, so let's have a look at issue 74, Dungeons and Dragons Adventurer. So we get two more encounter maps here. Okay, so city streets and map room. But let's crack in and have a look, shall we? Oh, I hate it at the moment. Right, sage advice, Bastions part 1. Personalise your own little piece of the realms by kitting out your bastion. Okay. Gaining a bastion here. The DM decides whether bastions are available in a campaign. If bastions are allowed, characters acquire one when they reach 5th level. Not every character needs to have a bastion. Some might opt out, or the party might share a single bastion. The DM and the players decide together how each bastion comes into being. Did a character inherit or receive a parcel of land? See rewards in Sage Advice B, the DM in 42B. To build a bastion, or did they refurbish a pre-existing structure, perhaps the lair of a vanquished foe? Whatever the option, that work goes on behind the scenes of the campaign, so the bastion is ready when the character reaches 5th level. Cool. So sometimes it's nice to have a place to catch up with friends, work on new spells, tinker with inventions, or lay low until the watch commander forgets your face. A bastion offers a temporary refuge from the dangerous world of adventuring, acting as a home and a stronghold for a character. Luckily, there's no need to choose between going on adventures and commanding a bastion, as a character can do both. Excellent. Oh, here we go. Form and function. Every bastion has facilities that serve the needs, as well as special ones. We'll look at special facilities in part 3. A player chooses the shape, style and function of a bastion, and this develops over the course of a campaign. Players can create floor plans of their characters' bastions in the same way they would create dungeon maps. So facility, we've got a space chart here. So cramped is 4 squares, roomy is 16 squares, and vast is 36 squares. Cost to add, 500 gold pieces plus 20 days, 1,000 gold pieces plus 45 days, and 3,000 gold pieces plus 125 days. And I'm assuming that's the build. And then it says cost to upgrade size here. A bastion can also add the following features at no extra cost within reason at the DM's discretion. Closets, corridors, ramps and staircases, doors and windows, defensive walls. A character can also add walls around their bastion, with each 5-foot square of wall taking 10 days to build and costing 250 gold pieces. A defensive wall is 20 feet high and may include a walkway along its top, with a means to access such as ladder or lift. If a character's bastion is completely enclosed by defensive walls and it comes under attack, roll 2 fewer dice to determine how many bastion defenders are lost in the attack. Then we have Bastions Part 2. A bastion is much more than an adventurer's home or a party's getaway. Every 7 days that pass in-game, a bastion turn occurs in each of the unique structures to reflect the events that happen there. even if characters are away adventuring, a Bastion turn takes place. So these are Bastion events here on a D100. And 1 to 50 is all is well. 1 to 55 attack. 1 to 56 criminal hireling. Y1. It's right. 1 to 50 all is well. 50 to 55. 51 to 55 is attack. 56 to 58 criminal hireling. 59 to 63 is extraordinary opportunity. 64 to 72 friendly visitors. 73 to 76 is guest. 77 to 79 lost hirelings. 80 to 83 magical discovery. 84 to 91 refugees. 92 to 98 request for aid, and 99 to 100 is treasure. When players take a Bastion turn, a character can issue orders to one or more of his special facilities. This order might generate benefits or instruct hirelings to undertake projects while the character is otherwise occupied. The following Bastion orders are available: craft, empower, harvest, recruit, research, or trade. And then these are the Bastion events explained. And then Bastions Part 3. Make your Bastion work for you using special facilities that deliver what you need. Bastion isn't merely a place to rest your head between adventures. The special facilities you include within your Bastion can yield tangible benefits in-game. These opportunities might provide these options might provide opportunities for a character to conduct research, harvest poisons, build ships, or carry out a range of other activities. We have listed a number of 5th level special facilities here. For more options, including activations beyond 5th level, for those locations listed below, see the Dungeon Master's Guide on dndbeyond.com. So special facilities. Unlike basic facilities, special facilities can't be purchased as a character gains them through level advancement. A 5th level Bastion initially has 2 special facilities of that character's choice. At 9th level, the character gains 2 additional special facilities plus 1 additional facility at 13th level and another at 17th. Each special facility can be chosen only once unless its description says otherwise. Each time a character gains a level, the character can replace one of their Bastion's special facilities with another for which the character qualifies. Okay. Each special facility has a level. A character must be that level or higher to gain that facility. So, Barrack, Library, Workshop. Cool. Right, Wilderness Part 1. Adventurers don't need to rush through the wilderness on their way to the next adventure. There's plenty of adventure to be had in the wilderness itself. Beyond the stone walls of its famed City of Splendors and the majestic walls of the Jewel of the North lie the true Forgotten Realms. Thousands of miles of trackless wilderlands filled with friends, foes and wild animals. These wilds must be traversed in order to get to the treasure-filled dungeons your characters seek. When a party treks across a wilderness, a DM has 2 choices. Firstly, they can take a travel montage approach that swiftly summarises the journey's challenges while maintaining a sense of atmosphere and realism. Cool. Okay. So, wilderness features. Monuments, weird locales, talking about different things. So certain features are common to a wilderness environment, whether you're describing them or adding them to your map, or both. This includes monster lairs, which will need mapping separately if adventurers are going to venture into one, crumbling ruins, villages, trading posts and strongholds. You might also include ancient monuments that hint at the great civilizations that once ruled over a region, or weird locales that add a supernatural element to the trek. You can roll on the tables below for the latter 2 features, so monuments, weird locales. Then in part 2, of wilderness. Adventurers spending sustained periods in the great outdoors face everything from extreme weather to quicksand and flesh-slicing razor vine. The wilderness can be a realm of intense beauty and myriad dangers. Beyond mere monsters, wild magic and raiding parties, the natural environment itself is a perilous place, particularly for those more used to city life. Below we explore the extreme weather that travellers may face, while over Leaf we examine other natural hazards that DMs can include to make a party's trek more arduous and more fun. So weather, temperature, wind, precipitation, extreme cold, extreme heat, strong wind, heavy precipitation, high altitude. Wilderness hazards, we've got frigid water, quicksand, desecrated ground, razor vines, slippery ice. And then in part 3, wilderness, fierce monsters and unforgiving terrain aren't the only dangers adventurers face in the wild. They also risk running out of food and water or becoming lost, at which point it's time to roll on the foraging and navigation tables. If gritty survivalism appeals to you and your players, then really sell the fantasy of fighting for your life in the wilderness by taking careful stock of the adventurer's provisions, water, rations, firewood and even ammunition. Such resources will only last so long. Adventurers require 1 pound of food per day and 1 gallon of water per day, 2 in hot weather. To avoid suffering the effects of exhaustion, it means that they are going to need to seek out food and water during a long trek. Food and water, water needs, so creature size, tiny, small, medium, etc. It gives you food per day. So a medium creature, so most human-sized creatures require 1 pound of food per day. Personally, it's actually more. Let's be honest about that. If you're having like 1 pound of food a day, then yeah, it's you're looking at approximately, you're either going to have 1 meal of about 1 pound's worth of weight, or you're just going to try and have 2 meals of half a pound each, or 3 meals of 1/3 of a pound each, and that's not really a lot. A gallon of water is your absolute minimum, which is essentially 8 pints or approximately 4.5 litres. So yeah, becoming lost, and then wilderness navigation. So if you're in a forest, jungle, swamp, mountains or open sea or overcast skies and no land in sight, it's DC 15 difficulty rating. Arctic desert, hills or open sea with clear skies and no land in sight is 10, and grassland, meadow, farmland is 5. Now, as somebody who's ex-military, navigation, I don't struggle with navigation, and I kind of had a bit of an argument with my old DM that my fighter character, because she was a scout, her navigation would be spot on. But yeah, that caused all sorts of issues because my DM wouldn't have it at the time. So yeah, one to discuss. Manticores and sphinxes. So manticores, these 2-winged lion-bodied creatures pose very different challenges. One loves nothing more than tearing enemies apart, while the other prefers brain-busting riddles. So manticores, these large monstrosities are noted for their odd chimeric appearance, with the body of a lion and the wings of a dragon and the head of a grotesque sharp-toothed human. So there you go. And then Sphinxes, unlike manticores, sphinxes typically have a far more dignified, curious and even polite nature. Instead of roaming the wild, they maintain stationary guardianship over some tomb, vault or other chosen location. In this, they are somewhat like golems, committed, dedicated guardians that never flag in their duty. And then we're into our encounter. Lord of Shadows. The battle for Neverwinter rages on. The characters descend into the catacombs beneath Castle Never, to seek out and destroy the Shadow Knight, who is conjuring out of the Shadowfell the death cloud protecting Cracea's fortress. In the previous encounter, Lord Ander Stonecliffe revealed himself as leader of the Ashmedai, the cult of the Archdevil Asmodeus. Lord Stonecliffe's diabolic patron is an enemy of Crace's demonic patron, making him an unlikely ally in the hero's quest to defeat the Necromancer. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. If the adventurers cut a deal with Ander, he loaned them the assistance of a pair of infernal Meragon soldiers. Now the adventurers reach the source of the Death Cloud, the Shadow Knight. He is Cracea's brother, Alderan, and his shrouded soul is the Necromancer's collateral in his pact with Orcus. The characters must defeat the Shadow Knight. Following that battle, Lord Ander Stonecliffe arrives like a vulture to ensure the characters will never reveal his secret to the Neverwinter Council. To escape with their souls, they must also defeat the leader of the Ashmedai cult. So we have our map room here, which is one of the encounter maps that we've been given. So battle in the map room, fighting Alderan, I should say. Features of the area, legendary actions, deal or no deal. Role-playing Ander Stonecliffe, fighting Ander Stonecliffe. And then we have Warlock of the Fiend stat block. We have Ander's spells, which is Plane Shift and Alter Self. And then we have a stat block for Skeleton, Undead. And a stat block for the Shadow Knight. Let's have a quick look at our maps. So the first one is the map room for this encounter, and I'm assuming that the other map will be for next week's encounter. So it looks like we have the map. What it looks like is the map is drawn out on the floor by the look of it. Potentially. Let's have a look. And then there's a raised platform to allow generals, etc., to look down on the map. Doesn't actually say. The map shows the layout of the chamber. The area has the following features. Lighting. The chamber is in darkness unless illuminated by a light source brought by the characters. Model city. Areas of ground covered by the model city are difficult terrain. Raised walkway. Yeah. So raised walkway around the map. And then shadow crossing. This rift to the Shadowfell floods the city with necrotic energy. Any creature that enters the rift or ends, I'm assuming that's this, its turn inside it takes 18 3d8 plus 5 necrotic damage. So that would be a really cool map to really cool room to make, actually, and really easy. You could literally just build your map room out of foam, and then you could just literally print out a picture of the Neverwinter map. And if you really wanted to, you could then add in with tiny little blocks that you've cut out of either plastic or foam card or whatever to make up the buildings, etc., and the river as well, mapped out in blue. So that's that one. And then I'm assuming this will be for next week's. City streets, 1 square equals 5 feet. I mean, it's not to scale, unfortunately. I feel that they could have done this to scale, but we've got a crashed coach and we've got a barricade at one end and then some buildings. So there you go. That is the two maps that come with this particular issue. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you will join me in the next video. Alright, take care. Bye bye.